an urban jungle and city of the future. This is Singapore.
We'll be spending the next few days here exploring the ins and outs of the city, the neighboring islands, and going a little offbeat to show you exactly why this place needs to be on your bucket list.
Welcome to Singapore.
Singapore is one of my favorite cities in the world. It's a foodie's dream. There's amazing beaches, unique museums, and it's one of the greenest cities in the world.
Basically, there's something for everybody. But coming to a new country is always challenging. So let's break it down for you.
The first thing you need to know about Singapore is that it actually occupies the top spot in one of the world's most expensive cities to live in. However, it need not be an expensive trip for you if you plan well ahead in time and come here on a budget. But we'll talk about that later in this video.
You want to make sure that you make the most out of your little time in this island country. So in this video, we'll be sharing with you our top 10 recommendations of things you need to definitely try out when in Singapore.
Let's go.
One of the most iconic places to visit in Singapore is the Marina Bay Sands Hotel. Definitely the rooms are on the pricier end, that's why you can go to the observatory deck on the top floor. It's a great view from up top, and also it has 2 restaurants to go experience. So to go to the observatory deck, it will cost you around $20 per person, and if you go in the daytime, you'll get a great daylight view of Singapore. But if you go in the night time, you can see the entire city light up. Near the Marina Bay Sands, you'll find a casino, a really big mall. Also, it's well connected with an MRT, and you can also walk to the ArtScience Museum and also towards Gardens by the Bay. It's a well-connected machine, and you can cover all these spots in just one day.
Now, if you're an art lover, you must definitely visit the Art and Science Museum at the Marina Bay area. It's just a different kind of museum. It's actually an interactive, immersive experience full of art, science, and magic. One of the main exhibits to check out there is the Sketch Aquarium, where you get to sketch a sea animal of your choice, scan the painting, and it basically becomes a part of the exhibit for the day. One of the other things you must definitely check out in the museum, at the end, there's this exhibit called the Crystal Universe or the Crystal Future World or something like that. It is so magical. It's basically like a canopy full of lights, crystals, and there's like this whole light and sound show happening with like interstellar music in the background. It's actually an amazing experience to have. Tickets range from $15 to $20. I will put the exact price here. You can buy them online or purchase them on the spot.
Apart from the traditional touristy places that people go to, there are also a lot of offbeat neighborhoods that you can explore. As you know, Singapore has a mix of a lot of migrants. There are Arabs, there are Indians, there are Chinese, and they have formed their own small neighborhoods all around Singapore. There is Little India, there is Chinatown, there is Haji Lane, and so many more neighborhoods that you can go out and explore. One of the places we checked out was Kampong Glam. It is the Arab neighborhood. Over there you have Haji Lane, and then you have Arab Street. Haji Lane is filled with a lot of shops and colorful cafes you can check out and are totally Instagram worthy. And the Arab Street is filled with graffiti walls and against which you can take some mad ass photos. Near this area is also Burger Street. You can go there for some cheap souvenir shopping or also go on a luxury shopping haul. So make sure to add these offbeat neighborhoods to your travel trip for sure. Here's an important tip for all of you. The temperature in Singapore is constant throughout the year. Make sure you carry an umbrella to save yourself from the heat. And also there's a 50% chance of rain on any given day. You never know what could happen. Carry an umbrella, it could save you from the heat and it could also save you from the rain.
Video about Singapore is going to be complete without the mention of Jewel Changi and the Changi Airport. Now, the Changi Airport is voted as the #1 airport in the world consecutively for many years in a row, and for good reason. For every international flight, you're supposed to be at the airport at least 3 hours prior to departure. But with Changi Airport, we tell you to get there 6 hours before departure, so you can experience everything that the airport has to offer and directly get onto your flight to your next destination. The #1 thing you should definitely visit is the Jewel. The Jewel is an indoor waterfall that costed about $1.3 billion to make. It's amazing, magnificent, and completely magical. There is a whole garden around that waterfall and it looks really amazing. Now, there is a train kind of monorail that stops at every terminal. There are 3 terminals at the airport, by the way, and all 3 terminals are connected by this train. Now, apart from the Jewel, there's also a shopping mall, there's a hotel, there is a butterfly garden, there's a swimming pool, there's so many other things that you get to experience. So yeah, definitely make sure to schedule at least 3 to 4 hours in that airport before you check in and do all that jazz.
Singapore is a cosmopolitan hub, and you'll find food options here from all around the world. In abundance, you'll find Chinese and Indian food. Now, the best places to try authentic Singaporean food are at the hawker centers. The dishes over there range from 5 to 10 Singaporean dollars and are damn tasty. I myself tried the laksa out and it was mind-blowing. Now, here's an important thing to keep in mind. Singapore is a heaven for non-vegetarians, but if you're a vegetarian, you will have limited options. And here are some recommendations for hawker centers you should definitely try.
Okay, so if you've come to Singapore Singapore, you must definitely try out the different shopping centers over here. And one of the most famous shopping roads, I can say, is Orchard Road. Just like how New York has Fifth Avenue, Singapore has Orchard Road. This road is just lined with all the biggest brands in the world you can think of, but there's also a lot of budget-friendly brands that you can find over here. We loved shopping from there. Also, the Orchard Road MRT is very well connected to all these malls, so you can just get down at the metro, shop a little bit, and then get on the metro and go to wherever your hotel is. One of the top shopping plazas in Orchard Road is Iron Orchard and Wheelock Place. You should definitely check it out. Now, talking about the area Orchard, one of the most up-and-coming and kid-friendly places to be is the Museum of Ice Cream. It is literally my childhood dream come true to experience that. There is unlimited ice cream included in the price of the ticket. Also, there's like a sprinkle pool and different multi-sensory installations and a lot to learn about how ice cream is made and the history of ice cream. So if that's something that you like, definitely check out the Museum of Ice Cream. Oh, and I forgot to mention, it's totally Instagrammable. The whole museum is pink and colorful and it's just a complete vibe. So you should definitely check it out.
So the next thing on the list is the Merlion Park, and it is absolutely free to make a visit to. You must have seen this photo very often where people go like, and the fountain has the water coming out of their mouth. Well, that is the Merlion Park, and the Merlion is the national emblem of Singapore. Now, the Merlion has two parts. The head is a lion and the body is of a fish. The fish represents the fishing village history of Singapore. Now, this emblem has become very popular throughout the world and people can connect Singapore directly with this emblem. To reach the Merlion Park, all you have to do is come to the MRT at Raffles and walk down for 10 minutes. The MRT is the simplest way to move around Singapore, and you will find all the top locations just 10 minutes away from the station. Also, here's a pro tip. In case you're hungry, you can go to Clarke Quay or Boat Quay, which is just a 10 minutes walk away, and grab some good food options.
Another must-do when in Singapore is visiting the Sentosa Island. It's located just off the southern coast of Singapore main city, and it's connected by the monorail, road, pedestrian street walk and a cable car. Now you can either choose to go live in Sentosa for a couple nights if you have the time to spare, or you can just take the MRT down to the Sentosa Island and back the same day. There's many adventure activities to choose from when in Sentosa, like the Universal Studios, AJ Hackett Park, Skyline Luge, bungee jumping, iFly, which is an indoor skydiving, and there's a lot of other activities to choose from. Apart from the activities and the adventure that Sentosa Island offers, there are also 3 unique beaches, namely the Palawan Beach, the Tanjong Beach and the Siloso Beach, all offering different kinds of vibes. My favorite is the Siloso Beach because it has a lot of cute cafes lined along the beach and you get to sip on a Singapore sling in your hand while watching the sunset.
Singapore is a very green and colorful city. Almost every corner is Instagram worthy. Now, we covered quite a few places in this video. Apart from them, there are quite a few other places you can go to as well.
Some of them are the Old Hill Street Police Station, Fort Canning Park Tree Tunnel, Library at Orchard, Buddha Tooth Relic Temple, Singapore Botanical Gardens, Cafe Monochrome and Central Perk Cafe in Chinatown. The first thing we recommend you doing is visit Gardens by the Bay. These gardens house the larger-than-life structures, the Super Tree Grove, which is right behind me, a flower dome, which is the largest greenhouse in the world, and a cloud dome, which houses the tallest indoor waterfall in the world. It is an absolutely breathtaking sight to behold and a wonderful testament to architecture, engineering and horticulture combined. Now, entry to the gardens is free, but if you want to visit the Cloud Dome or the Flower Dome, then it costs about 28 Singaporean dollars together for both of them. We'd recommend you come in the evening so that you can also witness the magical light show that happens about 7 or 8 p.m. every evening. The best part is that the gardens are directly connected to the Marina Bay Sands hotel and the mall, so you can enter directly from the mall to the gardens. So that was it on all our top 10 recommendations for what you guys must definitely see when in Singapore.
And if you guys are planning out your trip, make sure to come here for around 5 to 6 days.
Yeah, I think that's an average amount you might need to cover all the spots we mentioned in the video. Also, just to give you a budget idea, I think 5 to 6 days in a budget hotel, considering you'll be traveling by metro and you've booked your flights well in advance, I think you can get this trip done in rupees 70 to 80,000 per person. But yeah, it really depends on the travel style. Some people like to stay in budget hotels and save on their money so they can have more experiences. Some people don't want to compromise on comfort over convenience, so they might have a bigger budget. It really depends on what you like and what are your preferences.
I would just like to add on that Singapore is totally worth it. And also, our entire trip was curated by a travel agency called Travel Mart. We
Yeah.
think they've done a wonderful job.
Yeah, we told them all the places we wanted to cover, and they made an itinerary that fit perfectly with our travel style, and they booked us a hotel as well that was perfect for us. And also, if you guys have any comments or you would like to ask us any more questions about Singapore, you can also leave them in the comments down below, and we'll get back to you soon. And also, please share this video with your friends or your travel partners who you're wanting to travel to Singapore with. So yeah, until next time, bye.
Bye.
Wanna hear